Hi, I'm Lauren Perreault from 5 Realty here in the Portland, Vancouver metropolitan area, including all the Oregon suburbs and the Washington ones too. The Portland metro real estate market is showing some unexpected softening in a couple of key areas, just as we typically expect things to be picking up for our spring buying season. Let's take a closer look at the latest numbers. The average sales price took a noticeable dip from the highs we saw in late February to some significantly lower levels over the past couple of weeks. For the most recent week of sales, the average price was about 5% lower than the same period last year. Ouch! As always, it's important to keep in mind that we're working with a relatively small sample of numbers, and that can obviously cause swings in either direction. One very expensive house sells, or one house that's been on the market a long time. It'll take a few more weeks of data in this range before calling it a confirmed trend. Looking at broader monthly comparisons, the story shifts a bit. January posted a 5.9% year-over-year gain. February was up 6.7%. And so far in March, we're seeing a 2.3% increase. Earlier this week, the March figures were sitting closer to 1.8, so it looks like prices may be starting to rebound slightly. That's a positive sign. Now let's talk about supply. Inventory is slowly rising, and one interesting detail is that the number of new listings each week is a bit higher than it was at this time last year. Right now, buyers have roughly 33% more homes to choose from compared to a year ago. Buyer demand is also climbing week by week, as we'd expect during this time of year, but it's still trailing behind last year's numbers. And to be clear, last year wasn't exactly a standout year for demand. The number of accepted offers has been lower than last year's figures in 3 of the last 4 weeks. However, there is a slight bright spot. Lockbox opens, a good indicator of serious buyers touring homes with their agents, are up about 3% from this time last year. Not a huge jump, but a step in the right direction. Affordability remains a major challenge, and much of that comes down to mortgage rates. After a brief dip late last week, we're back in familiar territory with 30-year fixed rates hovering between 6.5% and 6.625% for well-qualified buyers. Not so qualified, the rates go up. Looking ahead, a key inflation report that the Fed watches closely is due out April 10th. The last report showed relatively little increase of 0.2% in the consumer price index, along with 4.1% unemployment. That report could influence mortgage rates depending on how the numbers shake out, so we're anxiously awaiting that report. The markets do not like uncertainty, and the fluctuating policies regarding tariffs is making investors nervous. That wraps up the key takeaways for this week. If you'd like more information about your specific neighborhood or have any other real estate related questions, feel free to call or text 503-388-2888 or email me at lauren@pdxhomesforsale.com. I'd love to be of service. I'd love to talk to you. Give me a call.